and stop sharing my screen. There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's great to see you all. Yay. So, welcome to our celebration in honor of the MIDS class of 2021. Woo! We are thrilled to have you all join us to recognize and applaud this very impressive accomplishment. Yay. So a few notes just before we get started. I won't take up a lot of time. We just posted the link to the program and it's also in your invitation. Also, if you haven't posted and shared a message on our Kudo board, please do. That Kudo board is going to be delivered to all the students at 8 p.m. tonight. So you do have a little time to share your personal message to either a single graduate or to the whole class. So we hope you'll do that. Also check out their the overview of the Capstone Symposium that we had. It was really the culmination of all their hard work. It was very impressive. So I hope you get a chance to look at that. We do have live closed captions available for you tonight. So if you you can look for the closed caption live transcript control at the bottom of your Zoom window, and then you can select to view subtitles or you can view the full transcript. If you have any questions or difficulties with that, then let us know in the chat and we'll try to help you out between me and Jillian. Please do say hi to each other in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Be generous with the reaction buttons. Turn on the videos so we can see all your smiling faces. This is a celebration. So as awkward as Zoom is, let's fully embrace it and enjoy our time together tonight. One last personal note. These last 2 years, not quite what any of us had expected when we first met in August of 2019. And while it would be really easy to focus on what we missed out on or what didn't happen, I want to say that I am so very grateful to have had the opportunity to get to know all of you and to learn from you throughout all of this, because it has been a real, true pleasure. So now we're going to get started, and I'm going to hand it off for our opening remarks from our own Dr. Michael Akande. Michael.
Thank you very much, Minda. Just a quick sound check. Can everyone hear me very clearly? Awesome. Okay. I will try to keep this, relatively short so we can stick to time. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the MIDS class of 2021. It is great to have everyone, including the graduates, soon to be second year MIDS students, MIDS faculty and staff, and of course, family and friends be a part of this celebration. It is so great to see everyone, at least virtually. We would have liked to have been able to do this in person, but we will try to make do with a virtual meeting and try to have some fun. Okay, to the graduates, congratulations, you made it. Wow, what an experience this has been for each one of you. You put in the hours, you worked very hard, and this celebration of your success is thus well deserved. From every member of the MIDS family, including faculty and staff, we are so happy to have been a part of your incredible journey and to be able to celebrate this wonderful moment with you. Job well done. You are and always will remain a great part of the MIDS program. I remember the first time I met many of you in person. This was just as the bootcamp was wrapping up in 2019. Our first conversations revolved around your expectations for my class. And I remember thinking, why are they so anxious to start classes right now? But you just wanted to know what you needed to do to prepare. I told you it would be a lot of work, but you were just eager to get started. You were always asking about applications of data science, always asking about electives, and so on. You all are the most inquisitive group I've ever interacted with, and your other professors likely feel the same way. Always curious, always looking forward, always excited to learn. I hope you are able to keep that energy. I hope you keep probing. I hope you always remain eager to learn. It served you very well here, and it will continue to serve you well into your future. The more I interacted with you, the more excited I actually also began to look forward to teaching you. Our interactions were always so interesting questions, creative suggestions, And again, just a pure desire to want to know more about the different facets of data science. That's how self-driven you were and remain throughout your time here. And again, I hope that drives continues well into the future. Of course, there was some adversity along the way. By the end of your first semester here, we had a change in leadership at MIDS. And given how relatively new the program was at the time, many of you felt some anxiety about that. But we asked you to be patient with us, and you were. You helped us create a very healthy feedback loop system. I must say, your constructive feedback has really helped shape what the MIDS program has become. So from every member of the MIDS family, thank you. Then the unthinkable pandemic happened midway through your second semester. That meant that across the 2 years, we only interacted in person for about 8 months. That was tough. I was so used to having many of you in my office on a weekly basis, and I definitely missed that. I still can't believe I haven't even seen most of you in person in over a year. So I know it has been challenging for you all. Many of you went through personal adversity during this time. Many struggled with isolation and so on. But through all those challenges, you kept charging forward. So I salute your resolve. I salute your perseverance. I salute your strength, your patience, and your sheer will. Many of you likely have many sad memories of these times, and rightly so. It has been a lot to take in. I am not asking you to forget the sadness or pain that many of you had to go through. How could I? I am, however, asking you to continue to draw strength from it. Whenever you remember these times, I ask that you also remember all the good times, the personal growth, the development process each one of you went through. We don't develop courage by being happy every day. We develop it by surviving difficult times and challenging adversity. You did more than survive, you excelled. And so as you take this major step forward towards realizing your dreams of being a forerunner in the world of data science, you will also run into other challenges. They're just inevitable. However, I have no doubt that you have the resolve, you have the perseverance to make it through. Your hard work will help you push the limits. Your experiences have made you wiser, and I have no doubt that you will be able to use that wisdom to navigate the many, many complexities of the beautiful and bright future ahead of you. Habit is what really keeps us going. Remember all the good habits you picked up here. Keep telling great stories with your statistical and machine learning models. Don't forget to think about bias. Don't forget to think about ethics, model assessment, model validation, and so on. You have learned how to learn. Don't forget to keep teaching yourselves how to learn. Don't forget teamwork or the benefits of collaboration. Be willing to listen, be willing to help, be willing to act. Finally, try to seek balance in all aspects of your life. Take your general welfare and mental health very seriously. Your career and your professional goals only make up a part of your life. There's so much more to life, and you should try to enjoy the journey as you go. You have been a great cohort, and we are so glad that we got to know you all. Don't forget about the wonderful bonds and friendship that you built throughout your stay here. Stay in touch with each other as much as you can, but also please stay in touch with us. We look forward to hearing all about your professional and personal exploits and stories in the near future. So congratulations again, MIDS class of 2021, and my best wishes to you all. Now, I would like to hand this off to one of our graduates, Shrishti, to present the faculty award.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kande. Good evening, everyone. I feel very honored and happy to invite Dr. Kyle Bradbury to accept the Best Faculty Award today. If there is anyone who could make algorithms and machine learning interesting and exciting, I believe it is him. And I think we all concur it is him. His admirable credentials as a professor, leader, and researcher are just a reflection of the most inspirational yet humble person that he is. We could not have asked for a more dedicated and excellent teacher and mentor who with his own desire to learn, work hard and excel, inspired us to be better data scientists and individuals. Professor, despite all the long and strenuous assignments, we are more than grateful for the opportunity to be taught by you. Thank you so much for all that you've shared with us, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Srishti, for the kind words. Just did receive this earlier. I am honored to receive this award and deeply grateful to the class and the class representatives. And your class thrived under difficult circumstances and deserve to be extremely proud of your accomplishments. So as I thought about what to share today, I did what any respectable machine learning data scientist would do. I asked an AI. So I asked, what should I say to MIDS students as they graduate? And let's listen to a few responses that we received. So AI suggestion 1, thank you for your accomplishments. Please go to surveillance under Win and complete your individual check-in form. Okay, let's try that again, but how about we make it a little bit less Orwellian this time? Okay, here we go. AI suggestion number 2. You should tell them that I, the AI, am the greatest person that you know. Well, good news, Midsters. There's still plenty of work for you in this field. So while machine learning may not offer the opportunity to pen the perfect turn of phrase, it does offer some surprisingly apt metaphors for life. In particular, I'd like to share with you 3 algorithm-approved machine learning metaphors for life. Number 1, choose your cost function carefully. In machine learning, we set cost functions to tell the algorithm what to do, minimize error in predicting housing prices, for example. What is the cost function that you're optimizing? How much do you weigh your career, family, friends, personal creativity? Dr. Robert Calderbank asks a question that I value asking myself regularly. How can you help someone else succeed today? Make sure your personal and professional relationships are part of your cost functions. Most importantly, make sure your cost function, your pursuits, are defined by what you want and designed to guide you towards the person and professional you want to become. Number 2, use gradient descent to optimize your cost function. Gradient descent is an iterative optimization process, taking one small step at a time, and most importantly, learning from that decision as to where to step next. Improvement comes from a daily struggle to grow, bit by bit, one matplotlib or database entry at a time. Optimizing your cost function requires taking some measured risks where we may sometimes fail. But from the failure, we learn to improve. Over time, those small, consistent steps lead to growth and help us to become ever better versions of ourselves in our professional and in our personal lives. And number 3, hone your ability to develop effective representations of your data through dimensionality reduction. Every experience we have visiting a new land, every idea we have to create, to solve a new problem, these are multifaceted, high-dimensional experiences. These experiences have value when we share them, when we share what we learn. But to share requires that we compress these sensory, cerebral, sometimes emotional experiences into just a few words or a few pictures. Anyone who's been on a job interview, and I know you all have, or an online date, knows how challenging it can be to create an accurate representation of yourself in a few words. Communication is the act of constructing and presenting a lower dimensional version of these higher dimensional thoughts and experiences. One of the most transformative tools in your toolbox is your ability to do that effectively and efficiently, a skill that you've developed through the MIDS program and will make you stand out professionally. It has been a great honor and true pleasure to have been part of your MIDS journey. And seeing each of you grow through this program optimizing one or two cost functions along the way, both literally and metaphorically, was one of my great pleasures in my career. Seeing your capstone projects and all that you've accomplished, I'm extremely proud of you all. And as Michael had said, that comes from all of us. You know, you're ready for new challenges ahead. I wish you the best fortune and can't wait to see and hear about your adventures ahead. Okay, to end with some sage words from that same AI chatbot we spoke with earlier. Geez, you were great. Our next speaker is my esteemed colleague, Dr. Nick Eubank, Assistant Research Professor in the Social Science Research Institute, who will deliver today's keynote address.
Thank you very much, Kyle, and congratulations. Wow, going third on these things makes life very interesting. We got a lot of stuff already covered here, so we'll see what we can do. So it falls to me to talk not about the amazing things you've done, which, to be honest, is really the most straightforward brief for this type of graduation thing, because honestly, what y'all have accomplished over the last 2 years is phenomenal. But instead to talk a little bit more about the exciting things that are ahead. In the service of that, though, there's one thing I want to say about these last 2 years and how I think I want to make sure you guys are taking a moment to reflect on them, which is I hope that you feel not only immensely proud of everything that you've managed to accomplish over this time while you were here at Duke, but also that this experience leaves you feeling a lot more confident in your own resilience and adaptability, right? Because while we may never experience another pandemic like this, God willing, data science is one of those fields that's quickly changing all the time. And so the same adaptability that you've been able to demonstrate over the last 2 years is going to be the same adaptability that I know is going to make you all immensely successful in the future. So when you end up heading your own department for the first time or find yourself struggling to learn some type of new statistical tool that just came out, just remember, you can handle this, right? You not only survived a global pandemic, but you also managed to get a master's degree at one of the top universities in the world while surviving it. So just remember that as you move forward. Okay, so enough about the last 2 years. We're here today because you've now finished your Duke education and you're heading out into the world for adventures in an unbelievable range of different areas. We have people going into finance at places like KPMG and Second Order, folks headed into tech at Apple and Google. We have students headed into the medical sector at Fresenius, and we have public sector consultants headed to places like Booz Allen. We also have a student headed to an MBA. We have 2 students going on to PhDs, one in genomics and computational biology and one in statistics. And so I think one of the things that's really impressive about this list is that I think it's emblematic of one of the things about where the field of data science is heading, which is that I think we're moving into a real period of maturation for the discipline of data science. And by that I mean 2 things, right? So the first one is back in the day, data scientists were really tasked with finding places where they could use the tools that they've developed to add value, right? And these early data scientists were able to basically target the problems that really lent themselves to the tools that they already had available, like making music recommendations or telling people what to watch on Netflix. But as the field evolves, the problems we're being asked to solve are becoming ever more complex and challenging, right? And where early data scientists were allowed to seek out targets of opportunity, today people are going to be coming to us and you with their problems, and those problems are going to be a lot more difficult to solve than a lot of the ones that the last generation had to deal with. At the same time, because these data science tools are increasingly being used in high-stake applications like finance and healthcare, I think the limitations and dangers of data science tools are also becoming increasingly evident, right? No one had to worry about racist algorithms or adversarial users when all they were trying to do is tell you which episode of The Office you want to watch next on Netflix. But now that data science tools are being used to decide who gets loans, how patients are going to be treated, getting those things wrong has the potential to, yes, potentially radically improve people's lives, but also cause real harm. And so with this maturation, I believe that more than ever for data science to make a meaningful and positive impact on the world, we need people like you who are equipped not just to fit and evaluate models, though don't get me wrong, very important stuff, but also to think critically about how and where our tools are being applied. And it's for that reason that I'm so excited that you are heading out into the world to join the ranks of today's practicing data scientists. Because if there's anything that I've seen in the last 2 years here at Duke, it's how thoughtful and reflective you've all become about the field of data science. And so as you head out there, remember, don't shy away from the messy stuff, right? There's always a temptation as a data scientist to stay close to your AICs and AUCs, your cross-validations and holdout test statistics. There's a real comfort with those kind of hard numbers that you get. But the place where I think you're going to provide the most value to your stakeholders, and not coincidentally, the thing you'll be most rewarded for professionally, is not in fitting your model a little bit better than the guy who's next to you. It's in knowing how to work with your stakeholder to better understand the problems they're trying to solve and make sure that before people turn to the data, you figured out the right question that you want to actually be answering. Right? And once your stakeholder has been given the results of your analysis, making sure that they understand what the models can and critically cannot tell them about the world. Over the past 2 years, I've had the privilege to work with each and every one of you. And so I can say with confidence that you're entering the workplace as some of the most thoughtful, sophisticated data scientists who are out there. Right? And so as you're developing your careers, remember, don't shy away from the messy stuff. Right? It's hard, it's complicated, and it's a place where the right answer isn't always obvious. But we need people like you in the room to speak up about these types of things and engage in these discussions about the complicated topics. Because if there's anything that I know, it's that you're the people that we want in the room. All right, so with that, and speaking of critical thinkers, it's now my pleasure to hand things over to our faculty speaker, or sorry, no, student speaker, Felipe.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me? Okay, great. Professor Nick, I'm glad I'm talking after you because I think I'm going to echo a lot of what you said about not shying away from the messy stuff. One of the things I like the most about MIDS is that it envisions a data scientist as being more than just a walking compendium of algorithms and Python functions. A data scientist is a professional that, in MIDS view, it's a professional that is capable of understanding a business problem, articulating resources, managing stakeholders, and dealing with uncertainty. Not just mathematically, of course, but like in real life. And one thing I've learned is that while making predictions is the essence of data science, making the best of what we fail to predict is the essence of maturity. Yes, none of us would have predicted COVID, and it did significantly impact our graduate experiences. But what did we make of it? Let me share with you some of the things I know you'll agree that makes MIDS unique. In room 270, Professor Dan Egger summarized the whole field of data science into a horse race. Now I have a confession to make. I still have dreams where a guy named Kelly bets 100 bits on a horse named Hoofding. Now, in that same room, Professor Michael would make complex regression models seem so simple and intuitive that many of us end up signing up for Bayesian statistics, let's be honest here, just to have one more class with Michael. Now, with no less passion, Professor Kyle would unveil the underlying logic behind machine learning algorithms, only to later frustrate us with the assignments. I felt almost as bad as I did when Professor Janet commented on the multiple ways in which I could improve my visualizations, and I had to bitterly admit she was right. Now, of course, Professor Nick could teach us Python using a toy data set, but isn't it much more fun to choose a data set that talks about Nobel Prize winning research, such as the sheepskin effect, for example? Twice we had the opportunity to apply our skills outside the academia walls, first in our summer internship, and second in the Capstone project, where not only did we work on real projects for real companies, we also had Professor Gregory, Ryan, and Ilona teach us project management best practices while doing the project for the real company. But it is sort of unfair of me to speak of academic walls at all, since every week, Minda and Jillian will bring us data science experts to talk about their industries, every possible industry you can think of, banking, pharmaceutical, and for my immense surprise, even archaeology. Now, when electives came, frustration was inevitable because there were so many interesting courses to take that a year would never be enough. And I guess this was part of a secret plan to get us into a PhD. And it worked. The two of us really are doing just that. So for all of this, for such a culturally diverse class, for getting to know people from countries I never dreamt I would meet, for such excellent teachers, both in the MIDS program and in the broader Duke community, for the opportunity to learn hard skills and perfect soft skills in order to make a meaningful impact on the problems we care about the most. And most importantly, for the opportunity to get to know all of you, my classmates, my professors and masters, the MIDS leadership and staff. Thank you for what has been the experience of a lifetime. Let's definitely keep in touch. Thank you all very, very much.
That was wonderful, Felipe. Thank you so much. I'm going to miss everyone so much. I'm like tearing up, actually. So yes, thank you again, Felipe. Let's now watch the presentation video of our graduates. Give me 1 second to share my screen. Can everyone see my screen? Yep, okay. 1 second. Can you hear the video? Can you hear the music? No? Okay.
Oh.
Minda, make me a co-host so I can, please.
You are. I'll make you host.
So big thank you all to everyone who's participated today, especially to Felipe, to Srishti, Kyle, Michael, and Nick. Thank you all. I very sincerely echo your words of encouragement and congratulations for the class of 2021. I'm actually tearing up, which is very rare for me, but I am truly going to miss all of you so much. And I really hope, especially if you're staying in the RTP area, you're going to come by and see us. I also want to send a special shout out of thanks to our graduating MIDS students, Anshu Priya, Vanessa, JY, Guillaume, and Akshay. Thank you so much for putting together that video. That was all them. I really appreciate it. And I also want to just highlight and thank Joelle and Ethan for being our student reps for the past 2 years. It's, you know, it's a hard job to do, and especially Vanessa and Anshu, also our social reps. You know, you guys have done a ton of hard work and you've made this program much better. All of you really have made this program better, and we really thank you for that. And I also want to just highlight Minda Brooks, who's been kind of my partner in crime this last couple years. I love you so much, and yeah. And just, you know, to the class of 2021. See, I'm so awkward on Zoom even now. I am just beyond impressed with all of you. I think Nick, Michael, and Kyle really said it best, but I'm going to miss you all, and I'm so excited to see you all on your, you know, your next adventures. So before we officially close out this graduation ceremony, I would like for those of you that are midsters to turn your cameras on if you've off, and if you're not a midster, if you could turn your camera off. That way we can take a kind of a virtual class photo for the kind of the last time. And if you're wearing your cap today, go ahead and turn your tassels to the other side. You deserve it. So I'm going to turn my camera off, and I'm going to change my view. Oh, I see so many of you. You guys look so good. Awesome. So what we're going to do is just grab a bunch of screenshots from this, and we'll be sending them out. So yes, and I mean, that's really it. Everyone put your tassels on, looks good. But yeah, we, you know, Minda and I, we really thank you all for participating, for joining us. And we wish you, just the class of 2021, just the best in all of your endeavors. Everyone, thank you and have a great night.
We're so proud of you. You're so proud of you. We're going to miss you very much. Congratulations. Please feel free to unmute yourself and applaud and send.
Yes.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay, go Julio! Good job, good job.
We wish we were together. It's so good to see you though. Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations, everyone.
And we will be making this video available to everyone quite soon.
Wow, look at Akshay's family. Oh my god. Who, like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's the whole group. Hi.
They're all gathered around.
Excellent. That's perfect. Woo, look at that. That's where the party is. Congratulations, everybody. We are at the end of our event, but really it's hard to say goodbye. So just feel free to hang out and say, you know, use this opportunity to chat with each other a little bit. But I imagine you're all ready and eager to go forth and raise a glass to each other. So have a great time. Congratulations, everybody. Bye. 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 Felipe, thank you. Wonderful words tonight. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Beautiful. Oh, you all look so lovely. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.